Good afternoon, Mr. Bailey. We appreciate you coming in today. Is business going smoothly? It must be hard to beat last quarter's sales. We presume the wife and the kids are well? Anyways, we know your time is precious. Let's get right to business. We dug into the acquisitions you previously spoke to us about of Bill Smith's corporation. Our leading partner had me do research, and I'm pleased to inform you on a few strategies we've looked into that can make this acquisition happen. Before we get started, do you have any comments or concerns? Well, yes, actually, Mr. CPA man, I do indeed have a comment. Now, Mr. Bill Smith and I have been buddies for quite some time, so in regard to this acquisition, I really hope it's advantageous to both of us. You understand? He has plans of retiring and moving down to Florida to enjoy his latter days. Yes, Mr. Bailey. In my research, I took into account all factors to ensure this deal gets rolling. No worries, Mr. Bill Smith will be taken care of. Well, alright, I know you're a busy man, let's get started. I thought it would be beneficial to do a brief recap about the facts of this acquisition as a refresher to us all. So, we anticipated the purchase for non-cash assets and stock of Bill's corporation to be $2.55 and $2.6 million respectively. After speaking to Bill over the phone, we also found out that Bill has a $160,000 basis in his stock, with $200,000 of accounts payable outstanding. After profit taxes have exceeded $300,000 in the last 3 years, no NOL carryovers exist from prior years, Bill has a total of $250,000 in depreciation, and lastly, Bill expects some goodwill value exists. We have used these facts in our research and applied them to 3 possible acquisition strategies. And as you mentioned earlier, we are considering your relationship with Mr. Bill Smith to ensure both parties walk away happy from this transaction. Do you have anything to add, Mr. Bailey? No? Okay, moving on. First and foremost, as our valued client, we want to lay it all out and show how this acquisition will affect the Bailey Corporation from a tax standpoint. We have analyzed 3 types of acquisition strategies. Acquisition 1, a cash purchase of all the non-cash assets. Acquisition 2, a purchase of the stock of Bill's corporation. Acquisition 3, an asset for stock reorganization. In our meeting today, we're really only going to focus on strategy 1 and 3 because these are the strategies that we feel is most favorable to make this acquisition happen. Acquisition 3, an asset for stock reorganization, will cause no recognized gain or loss on your end. Bill's basis and tax attributes carry over to Bailey Corporation. Also, your basis in the acquired assets will be $1.2 million, and you will assume Bill's E&P and any depreciation recapture. This is favorable for both you and Mr. Bill Smith. An asset for stock reorganization is a relatively simple reorganization. I will add that it is not the most favorable strategy for Bailey Corporation since you will not receive a stepped-up basis. However, this type of reorganization doesn't give Bill too much of a tax burden and causes the deal to happen. Now, we understand your close relationship with Mr. Bill Smith and have noted his plans about retiring. With that said, we also wanted to briefly recap his tax effects from this acquisition. We wanted to actually talk to you further on Bill Smith's side of the deal. Do you know if he would rather pay a little more in taxes and take the cash? If so, we may consider acquisition strategy 1, a cash purchase of all the non-cash assets. In that case, the transaction will result in a taxable acquisition from you. The adjusted basis of the assets to Bailey is $2.5 million. Nothing of Bill's corporation carries over to you, and your basis in the assets is the respective fair market values. Again, this may not be the most favorable transaction for Bailey Corporation. However, we understand your relationship with Mr. Bill Smith, and remember you mentioning you weren't too concerned about paying a little bit more to take care of your old friend. With all the facts and methods considered, we recommend acquisition strategy 3. In our opinion, this is the best strategy for both you and Bill and will make the transaction happen. Talk to Bill, fill him in our meeting, and let us know if he's okay with an asset for stock approach or if he'd just rather have the cash. We would love the opportunity to meet up with you again post-acquisition to see if there's anything else we can help you with and assure a smooth transition. We also wanted to verify our lunch date next Thursday, the 8th, in which we will be going over your 2017 return and how the Tax Cut and Job Acts will affect you. We sincerely thank you for taking your time out of your day to come in today. We hope it was value adding and answered all of your questions and concerns. You know how to reach us if you ever need anything. Oh, I love Evan's Tax Joint. I've been a client for over 20 years and I couldn't be happier. Thank you for the diligent research. I'll see you next Thursday. As always, it was great to see you, Bailey. Send regards to the family. Take care.